Welcome to another episode of Funky Car Finds. And here's what looks to be a Dodge Rat Rod for $8,000, and here's a little bit more information. Now, what do I make of this? Looks like someone tried to rescue this from a junkyard, but gave up halfway because they got a headache and now they get a migraine every time they look at it. So, not sure what's under the hood, but judging by the state of it, it's not worth no $8,000. Come on. And here we have a 6x6 mini truck for $6,000, and here's a little bit more information if you want to check it out yourself. Now apparently this thing used to be a mini ambulance back in New Orleans, and the current owner got it to turn it into a hot dog truck, which I think would have been a pretty cool build. Obviously it's not in great condition, but it does have a 3-cylinder diesel and a 3-speed automatic, which are connected to 6 pair of wheels, giving you plenty of off-road fun if you so desire. I can totally see this turn into a cool mini camper RV or a mini hunting vehicle, but $6,000 seems a bit much given the condition it's in, but it's for sure a vehicle with lots of potential. And here's another route van slash ice cream truck, but a 1961 Dodge for $4,500, and here's a little bit more info. Now right off the bat you can see that this is a project car and it doesn't run or drive according to the ad. It does have potential, but come on, the diarrhea UPS or patina or whatever this is that they put on it has to just disappear. It's just But apparently it still has the original 225 slant 6 engine in it, some old school RV interior, which could probably look kind of cool if it was restored a little bit. Given the condition it's in, and considering it's apparently also a pretty rare model, I guess $4,500 isn't too bad, but you could probably get it down a bit and have yourself a pretty cool van life project. And here we have a 67 Chevy C10 utility bed for $25,500, and here's a bit more information. Now first off, the patina on this thing is amazing. It's also got that 454 big block under the hood, which is sure to make this thing a lot of fun to drive. Even though you do gotta watch out for those potholes, cause this thing does sit pretty low. But I do think that look suits this truck really well. Also, the interior is in pristine condition. I mean, just look at this. Overall though, a very solid build and could be yours for 25 Gs. And next up is this custom Dodge Dreamer Tower Husky for $5,000. Here's some more info if you want to check it out yourself. If a van and a truck had a baby, this is probably how it would look like. These Dreamers are actually pretty rare, as Dodge only made them for 2 to 3 years back in the late 70s. They have a really unique look and came with the 2 engine options, but this one has the 440 cubic inch big block monster V8, which is sure to give you plenty of power. Now obviously this is a project car, but why wouldn't you want a cool project car like this? You could restore it and turn it into a mini camper truck, or just enjoy it as it is. Now, since it is a bit beat up, but at the same time so unique, the price I think is pretty reasonable. Next up is this 1954 GMC Rat Rod for $7,500, and here's a bit more information about it. Now apparently it's a GMC cab sitting on S10 chassis with a 283 Chevy small block engine and a turbo 350 transmission, which is pretty nice. Besides that, you get the usual Rat Rod extras such as plastic flower, door hanger grill decoration, some pirate lanterns, and a custom decorated Christmas tree, complete with some glittery silver and an American flag. Considering you'd be getting yourself a one-of-a-kind vehicle, $7,500 seems like a bargain. And here we have a 1952 Chevy delivery van Rat Rod for $10,000, and here's a little bit more background info on it. Alright, so the engine and engine bay on this thing looks really cool, especially with that Texas flag right there in the back. And it looks like they've gone ahead with a plumbing theme here. And in general, just a salute to all the plumbers out there, which I think is really cool. I like that. And they even put together a little collection of old plumbing tools throughout the years. Looks like a pretty solid build, you know, the engine looks really tidy, patina is great, painted differential, looks like some new tires. The only thing I'm a little bit skeptical of is this roof rack exhaust system or whatever it is, and the 10 grand. I'm not really sure about that. What do you guys think? And here's a custom 2002 Ford F650 for $12345, and here's a bit more information. Now, I didn't know that the F650 could become any cooler, but a 22-inch lift and a couple of 45-inch tires definitely did the job. I mean, look at it, it's huge! And whoever built this was for sure not messing around with the sturdiness and capabilities of this thing. With this setup, you could go over rocks, through deep mud, or just ride over pretty much anything if you'd like. It also sorta looks like it could have been on Pimp My Ride back in the day, judging by the interior. And for $1, $2, $3, $4, $5, I think it's a pretty awesome deal. And here's some 1941 Ford truck rat rod for $13,000, and here's some more info if you want to check it out yourself. So according to the ad, this is a multiple show winner rat rod. Has a lot of custom work done on it, obviously, and it doesn't look too bad. I think it looks alright. Even has a little mohawk. It has a little spider in the back with a mohawk as well. But the 13,000, where are they? Oh, there's the 13,000 right there. You see it? Yeah. But it's a cool looking thing, you know? I'll give it that much. Next up, we got this cool Willys Jeep hot rod for $33,500. And here's a bit more information. Now, I've seen a lot of hot rods and rat rods, but not one very often made out of a Jeep. Comes with a 360 small block, which gives you a little bit more torque to play with than the standard Go Devil engine. It looks like they've invested quite a bit into this build, and it's even got leather sports seats. Looks like a pretty fun thing to drive, but is it worth $33,500? What do you think? Next up, this cool 1964 custom Baja Bug for $69,000, and here's some more info if you want to check it out yourself. So, if you don't know what a Baja Bug is, it's essentially a Beetle that's a whole lot more fun to drive and that you can go off-road racing with. This one has got a lot of work done to it, as you can see, and it is street legal according to the current owner. So you could technically daily this if you'd like, which would be really cool. Imagine going to work or grocery shopping in one of these. The price seems a bit steep in my opinion, but it looks like a really solid build, so I guess you get what you pay for. And here's a 1932 Dodge Avenger rat rod for $4,000, and here's a bit more information. Now this is a pretty good start. It definitely has potential and could turn into something really cool. It's got a nice little small block V8 engine, automatic trans, and some pretty cool patina and colors going on. They haven't ruined it by hanging on skeletons, rats, and Christmas trees on it yet, so if you have a rat rod vision, some time on your hands, and can chuck up 7,000, then this is the perfect project for you. And here's a custom build WTF for $17,000, and here's some more info if you want to check it out yourself. Now, I'm not really sure what this is, but it's a custom thing with a wheelie bar, and just make sure you have good insurance before you sit on this thing. That's all I gotta say. And here's a cool looking 78 Dodge D300 for 60 grand, and here's a bit more info. Now this is a really cool looking truck, and I love showing these builds because you can really see the time, effort, and love that the owner has put into this. This thing is powered by a Hellcat motor and a GM 4L85E automatic transmission, and sits on custom air ride suspension. Also has that wide body and custom heavy duty 4-link setup in the back, which I think makes it look even more awesome. Also comes with a touchscreen head unit that has navigation and Bluetooth stereo. Leather interior looks like it's in pristine condition, and overall I definitely think that this truck is living up to the $60K price tag. So here we got a 2003 Ford E350 for $12,500, and here's some more info if you want to check it out yourself. So essentially what you get is a van limo, which is kind of cool in my opinion. Has a Ford 7.3 liter diesel V8 under the hood, which is nice, and overall looks like a pretty solid build. Unfortunately though, it was flooded during Hurricane Helene, but you could probably get the price down a bit and touch it up and maybe turn it into a custom van life build. And here's another rat rod for you for $17,000, and here's a little bit more information. So right off the bat, this thing looks really badass. I mean, just look at it. The all black rusted look fits this build really well, and you can even get your own little watchdog in the back to keep anyone from stealing it and you from using the bed for anything actually useful. Also comes with a 454 big block V8, which is sure to make this thing a lot of fun to drive. The engine also comes with this little fella that is probably going to give you an extra few horses through its aerodynamic design. But overall though, for a rat rod, I gotta say it looks really well put together. Not too shabby, not too shiny, which is right where a nice rat rod should be in my opinion. And next up is this 1974 city car for $1,500, and here's some more info if you want to check it out yourself. Now, before everybody and their grandma made an electric vehicle, there was this company called CityCar that was, believe it or not, one of the biggest EV manufacturers in America and in American history, actually. And it made between 3.5 to 6 horsepower and had a top speed of about 38 miles an hour or 64 kilometers an hour. And yeah, I think it's pretty cool. If you enjoyed this episode of Funky Car Finds, please hit the like and subscribe for more. Thank you for watching and see you next time.